Hi there, I'm Cindy Ertman, founder and CEO of The Defining Difference, a success-based coaching and training company committed to helping people master the power of intentional choice to create a defining difference in their own life. I love helping people move from living a life of status quo to living life by design. I'm also the creator of the Total Success Blueprint, which helps you take a deeper look at 7 key areas of your life to identify simple shifts that you can make to alter your current reality so you can truly design a life of greater purpose, passion, and prosperity. So I'm so glad that you stopped by to this page today because I have an important question for you. Are you living your best life right now? A life that's filled with great purpose, meaning, and prosperity? A life where you're living every day with intention and showing up to play full out? My guess is probably not. And that's why you've been led to this page. So I want to help you bridge your gap, which is what I call goals aligned with purpose. I want to help you understand and master the power of intentional choice so you can bridge the gap between possibility and probability. I want to help you transform your current reality and design your best life and improve your business results so you can begin living with full intention and have the ability to maximize your potential. The secret to creating a life filled with purpose, meaning, and prosperity is living each moment with intention and deliberately choosing your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. An essential part of this process is to make a decision to show up and play full out in your own life and decide that living a life of status quo is not the life for you. So let me ask you, are you willing to play full out for the next 10 to 15 minutes so you can explore what your best life will look like? Then here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to lead you through a powerful process that I use with my private coaching clients and mastermind groups to help you make positive shifts towards creating an intentional life. This is the same process that I used myself more than 10 years ago when I realized that my life, although wildly successful by many people's standards, it just wasn't working for me anymore. It's a process that I still use today, just to make sure that the life that I'm in is still aligned with my goals and my purpose. This process helps you get clear on where you are today versus where you want to be to truly embrace the life that you envision for yourself. And most importantly, to provide the roadmap for next steps to help you bridge your gap and create your life by design. So I invite you, close the door, silence your phone, and let's get clear on where you are and where you really want to go. We're going to look at 7 key areas of your life that are essential to creating an intentional, successful, and passionate life. Because one of the things my coaching clients have been telling me lately is that their whole life is designed around their business, and they truly long to have their business designed around their life. Does that sound familiar? So please grab a pen and a notepad, and on a blank sheet of paper, I want you to draw a vertical straight line right down the middle so that you have 2 columns. At the top of the left column, I want you to write down my current life. And at the top of the right column, I want you to write down my best life. Because we're going to move through this exercise fairly quickly on this video. So feel free to stop this video at any time to complete each question if you need more time. The first area that we're going to examine is how to start your day. You've probably heard the nutritional advice that breakfast is the most important meal of your day. That's because how you jumpstart your morning really sets the tone for the rest of your day. So take a minute to jot down in the left-hand column of your blank sheet of paper a few words that describe your typical morning. So I work with lots of successful business professionals and entrepreneurs, and 2 words usually describe their morning: stressful and chaotic. So do any of you hit the snooze button multiple times because you're exhausted from being up too late the night before? I know I've been guilty of that myself. Do you grab your phone first thing to check your text, emails, Facebook, or other social media? Do you dash around the house, lucky to grab a cup of coffee before you head out the door? And if you have kids, believe me, I raised 3. Do you find yourself constantly nagging them to hurry up and constantly watching the clock, wondering if you're going to be able to get them off to school and still get to work to make your first appointment on time? I'm stressed just thinking about it, candidly. I hope that's not your morning routine, but it is for a lot of people. So I want you to be honest and write down in the left-hand column. Now in the right column, I want you to write down what your morning would look like if you were living your best life. For me, this includes things like a morning practice of meditation to quiet my mind, taking some time to stretch, to do yoga, or a quick morning workout, eating a nutritional breakfast, and nurturing my mind with some form of inspirational or educational material. So go ahead, jot down a few keywords to capture what you'd love your morning to look like once you're living your best life. Would it be calm? Would it be clear? Would you feel focused? What does this look like for you? So when you're done, I want you to draw a horizontal line across the page below your notes so that you've sectioned off your observations about your morning routine. Next, we're going to look at your mindset. The only thing you have total and complete control over is your mind and your thoughts. Simply changing your thought patterns can dramatically alter your attitude, which can drastically create different results in your day and in your life. So grab your paper, which shouldn't be blank now, and in the left-hand column, I want you to write down a few words that capture what your mindset is like. So if you're like most people, you probably have monkey mind, where your mind is constantly jumping from one thought to the next, from one fear to the next, from one worry to the next. You may have a super critical and judgmental voice in that head that's constantly undermining your confidence and fueling your negative thought patterns. It's okay to have those feelings. And actually, it's totally normal. But just observe it and write it down. So now in the right-hand column, you're going to jot down your vision of what your mindset would be like if you were living your absolute best life. Would you be confident and strong? Would you be optimistic? Would you be positive, cheerful, purposeful, present, calm? Would you be centered, no matter what's going on in your life? Would you be mindful and present in your life? Whatever that winning mindset looks like for you, write it down. And when you're done, go ahead and draw a horizontal line underneath your notes about your mindset. And let's move on to key area number 3. So key area number 3 is your productivity and goal achievement. Whether you run your own business or you're working for someone else, I can guarantee that you set lofty business and professional goals for yourself because that's the kind of person you are. I'm sure of it. Just doesn't it often feel like we're on a ride and we're powerless to control our destiny? Especially when it comes to our careers and our businesses. Doesn't it seem like your days fly by in a flurry of emails, voicemails, text messages, meetings, phone calls, without making meaningful progress toward the goals that you actually want to achieve? Do you always feel like you're behind the 8 ball and you really can't get anything productive done? So on your piece of paper, write down how you feel about your ability to achieve your goals. I want you to do that in the left-hand column of your paper. Maybe you feel frustrated. Do you find yourself wondering where the days, the weeks, the months, the years go by? Do you find yourself simply dusting off your goals each and every year because you're never really able to get them accomplished? Do you feel like you need a better plan? Are you beginning to wonder if you should just give up on your dreams and desires? Because many people do. Now over on the right side, write down your vision of what you would like your life to be. What do you want your goal achievement area of your life to look like? Will you make meaningful, measurable progress each day? Will carving out time to get things done be easy? Will you find it simple to establish new priorities and keep your commitments to yourself? Will you get more done and be more productive? Will you feel more accomplished and fulfilled? Will you be making more money? Maybe having more time off and just plain having more fun? Be in better shape and health? Maybe enjoy deeper and richer relationships. Go ahead and write that down. And then I want you to draw a horizontal line again across your page under your notes so we can move to the next question. So the next area of your life that we're going to examine are your relationships. You've probably heard that you are the sum of the 5 people with whom you spend the most time. So stop and let that settle in for a moment. Who are the 5 people with whom you spend the most time? And what does that really mean? There is powerful energy in everything, including human beings. So what kind of energy are you allowing into your life each day, simply through the people that you surround yourself with? On the left-hand column, write down your 5 people. Then jot down how they make you feel. What kind of energy do they bring to your life? Are they negative? Do they judge you? Do they criticize? Do they undermine you, intentionally or unconsciously? Do they expect too much of you, taking more than they give? Are they energy drainers in your life? Do they fuel you or deplete you? Now on the right-hand side of your paper, I want you to write down words that describe the type of relationships that you truly desire to have in your life. Just focus on what type of energy and support you truly want to receive from your relationships. Do you want to be loved and supported unconditionally? We all do. Surrounded by cheerfulness and optimism? Do you like people who have a can-do attitude? People who lift you up, support you, and enhance what you're doing? Whatever you want your relationships to look like, go ahead and write that down in the right-hand column. And then, yes, you guessed it, draw a horizontal line under your notes about relationships. And we're going to move on to the next section. So the 5th area of life that we're going to look at is one that often takes my students and clients by surprise. It's your ability to trust your own instinct and intuition. As human beings, we're equipped with 2 remarkable tools. It's our instinct and intuition. They're designed to help keep us safe, create stability, and help us to make sound choices to fuel our success. When you trust your instinct and your intuition, you're going to tap into the best part of yourself. Your internal guidance system will help you make good choices, maximize your influence, and expand your impact in the world. So how well are you doing with this? In the left-hand column of your page, I want you to write down what you currently do. You know, if you're like most of my students and my clients, you probably ignore your gut and instead you rely on your logic. I get it. You know, I used to do that too. But you may notice that your intuition is trying to steer you one way or the other, and maybe you're completely oblivious to it. Or you may hear your intuitive voice, but doubt yourself and choose to ignore it, like most people do. Or maybe you're aware of the power of instinct and intuition, but you forgot about tuning in, and you're really not listening to your inner voice. Whatever you do, I want you to write it down. And then on the right side, write down what you will be doing when you're living your best life. I'll tell you this, experts and successful leaders have learned to hone their ability to trust their inner instinct and intuition and listen to that little voice of reason in their head. How many times have you not followed your own intuition and listened to reason instead, only to wish you had trusted yourself more fully? I have learned to trust my instinct and intuition to make choices that align with it, and it has never failed me. Successful leaders tap more fully into their intuitive self by creating more time and space to get in touch with it. They trust their gut wholeheartedly, even when the data and their trusted advisors may be saying no. It means taking action on the intuitive guidance that you receive. So what do you want your relationship with your instinct and intuition to look like for you? Jot down your notes on the right-hand side of your paper. And then yes, I want you to draw a horizontal line across the page. So please don't forget to hit the pause button on this video if you need extra time to reflect on your answers. because this exercise is really going to help you. So moving on, let's talk about how you're doing on taking care of you. You know how flight attendants tell you that in case of an emergency, you must put on your own oxygen mask first before helping anybody else? Well, there's a reason for that, because the same should really apply to how you take care of yourself in your day-to-day life, period. You would not be helping anyone if you're passed out on a plane from lack of oxygen, and you will significantly hamper your productivity and effectiveness when you don't take excellent care of yourself throughout each and every day. So be honest. How well are you doing? So go ahead and write that down on the left-hand column. How much do you sleep every night? What kind of foods are you fueling your body with? Are you exercising on a regular basis? Do you take time to rest and have fun? Do you have hobbies? Or are you an all work and no play kind of guy or gal? Now I want you to pop over to the right side of your page and I want you to really dream. I want you to dream big. Think what it would look like to take radical care of you. Would you sleep a full night? Would you eat healthier foods? Would you exercise regularly? Would you resume hobbies that you've given up maybe over time? Or try something new? Maybe you'd travel. Maybe you'd volunteer. Will you find ways to connect with spirit in a meaningful way? So go ahead and write that down. And then draw a horizontal line across the page. And now it's time to look at one final area of your life. The level at which you are showing up and playing full out. Are you doing what you love? Are you passionate about your business and your life? Do you feel like you're living your life on purpose? Doing what you truly believe you're created to do? Or are you living someone else's dream or fulfilling someone else's expectations of what you should be doing? Do you take other people's opinions more seriously than you take your own? Do you believe there's a reason that you can't have it all right now? Do you recognize that you have dreams, but maybe doubt your ability to actually turn them into reality? Do you feel that you're playing safe and small and not remotely fulfilling your true potential? So I want you to go ahead and write down on the left-hand side of your page what you're currently doing, and more importantly, how you're feeling about it. If you're not showing up in your life and playing full out right now, candidly, you may be noticing some feelings of sadness or regret, maybe even embarrassment, anger, or shame. You know, it's all good. You know, awareness is the first step to positive change. I will tell you in a minute how to process those feelings, but for right now, I want you to move to the right-hand side of the page and describe what it will feel like and look like, taste like, smell like, and be like to be living your purpose and playing full out. Will you be living in flow, experiencing unlimited abundance and joy and prosperity? Will you go to bed at night 100% sure that you've given your all that day? Will you be creating each moment of your day with intention and purpose? So go ahead and write it down. Now, I know we went really quickly through this exercise, but you have a clearer picture now, don't you? Of how amazing your life will be when you begin making new choices to better serve you, as well as how big the gap is between where you are right now and the life that's possible for you to live. So now, as I said a few moments ago, it's entirely normal to feel discomfort right now. You know, especially if you played full out in this exercise. Because when we do this exercise in my workshops and my coaching sessions and my mastermind groups, people typically do tap into a lot of sadness and regret, anger. I mean, you name it, it all comes out. The gift is in letting it emerge. This is simply a sign that you recognize how far away your current life may be from the life that you could lead, the one that you desire to be living. And you know, the really great news is that your best life is something that can absolutely be created. And I'm living proof this is possible. I know, but how? By rewriting your own story and expanding your vision of what's possible. By making new and simple choices each and every day to drive you closer to your dreams. By developing a clear vision of your best life and taking deliberate action to bridge your gap and creating your goals aligned with purpose. And by mastering the power of intentional choice, you can create a defining difference in your own life. I'm guessing that up until now, you've lived much of your life on autopilot. Whether you acknowledged it or not, you felt that you were at the mercy of what others want, what others do, what others think, and what they expect of you. You've allowed much of your life to happen to you, and you've simply reacted. But I want you to be clear. I want you to be super clear about something. And this can be challenging. You've chosen to live this way. Your life is truly the sum of all the choices you've made up until now. So I know you might disagree with me, and I've had some argue with me and say, you know, Cindy, I didn't choose to not achieve my goals. I didn't choose to neglect my health or to ignore my family. I had to take care of my business because business doesn't stop. If I didn't take care of my business, nothing else would have been possible. I've heard it many times, and I understand how this feels. So let me clarify a bit. We are constantly making choices in our life. Every single action we take, every thought we think, every emotion we feel are all choices. Only we have the ability to make change. It's just that up until now, you've been making choices unconsciously. Your life as it currently exists is the result of all those choices. So if you want a different life, like the vision of your best life that we just worked on together, you may choose to lean into the ability to make new and intentional choices to create a defining difference in your own life. And if you're ready to take full responsibility for your results and make new and intentional choices to positively change your life and your business, I want to offer you a gift. I've created an amazing, easy to follow program that helps you create a solid foundation to transform your life and bridge the gap from possibility to probability. It's called 7 Instant Skills to Ignite Your Life, Business, and Income. And it lays a powerful foundation for creating your best life through intentional choice. You'll discover simple but powerful tools for creating your vision of your best life in the 7 key areas that we just covered. The program is normally $97, but I'm giving it to you today at a massive discount. So you'll invest only $7 to start now. You'll get instant access to 7 instant skills to ignite your life, business, and income guide, available as a downloadable PDF. This guide walks you through the 7 key areas that we discussed. You'll discover the success strategies that the world's masters use in each area to create higher levels of success, and the simple action steps that I suggest you take each and every day to create your best vision for your life. The 7 instant skills to ignite your life, business, and income guide normally sells for $97. But I want to make this so simple that you're able to jump into action right now. So creating the defining difference in your life involves bridging your own gap. This means learning to align your goals with your life's purpose and to align your choices with your goals. The 7 instant skills that you'll master with this clear and easy to follow guide will help you master the process of making intentional choices. And by honing your skills in these 7 key areas, you can produce greater results in your business and your income, and certainly in your life. It all starts with making an intentional choice right now. That's why you'll save over 90% off today if you make the intentional choice to invest in your future today for only $7. You know, this sounds almost silly to me in a way, as I teach this process to my really high-paying clients. Yet my passion is helping people grow. And I want you to make a defining difference in your own life today. So go through this program and you'll discover my success secrets to wake up your day that will help you feel less stressed, more focused, more fit, and more prepared to show up and play full out in your life. The best way to build your self-confidence, and the 3 things I use to change my thinking and my life. And 5 things to do each day to bring your career and your business goals to the forefront of your busy day and ensure that you move closer to the more prosperous, abundant, happy life that you desire. 3 easy ways to surround yourself with great energy and fantastic people who will enrich your life. And how to best tune in to the quiet voice of your intuition and sharpen your instinct. And you're going to learn 20 fun ways to take intentional good care of you, so you give the people in your life the healthiest, fittest, sharpest version of you. You'll learn the 3-step blank canvas exercise. It's fun and it's remarkably effective to remove the limits that are keeping you from living your best life. And so much more. So the way I look at it, if we get only one life as we know it, it's our profound birthright as human beings to use our valuable life to fulfill our purpose in this world and to be our own defining difference. So if you're ready to discover what's next in your life, designing a life of greater purpose, passion, and prosperity, and you're willing to remove the limits on your imagination that blocks what's possible for you, if you're ready to discover how to create a more mindful and balanced state, where you're fully present to everything that's happening and consciously choosing your response to what life has to offer, if you're ready to discover your own defining difference and make intentional choices to build the life that you deserve and desire, click the button below and invest in 7 instant skills to ignite your life, business, and income for just $7. You'll get instant access to this downloadable guide right now so you can get started right away. And because, as they say, sometimes the teacher appears when the student is ready. This happened to me more times than I can count. Sometimes the people, ideas, and the resources just showed up at just the right time. They take us to the next important step to create a powerful shift in our lives. So I invite you to ask yourself, am I ready to live an intentional life and create the shifts I need to expand the results for a greater business and greater life? If so, take your first action now and begin mastering the skill of making intentional choices. So click the button and get 7 instant skills to ignite your life, business, and income for just $7. I promise you that making that choice to move you in the direction of your dreams may be the best decision you'll ever make.